Piano Annie here with the piano solo from I Know a Little by Lynyrd Skynyrd, as played by Billy Powell, or at least the best that I can do, with apologies to Billy Powell. So first I'll play it at full tempo, and then I will play it slowly, and then I will go through a step-by-step tutorial. All right, here it is at full tempo. And then here it is slowly. Okay, so we'll move on to the tutorial in a second, but first I'd like to give thanks. I watched some videos on YouTube, and then I tried to find some videos of Billy Powell's fingers in action on this song, but I wasn't successful. I asked a piano teacher, a friend of mine, for her opinion on a couple places. There was one part I definitely couldn't figure out, so I turned once again to the brilliant Elmo Peeler, who I recommend very highly. You can find him at manymidi.com. He sells transcriptions of piano solos and songs and his own original compositions. And I do not make any money for recommending Mr. Peeler, so you can trust this recommendation. Okay, my version that I did is sort of a combination of all of those efforts, so I'm certainly open to suggestions or corrections. So here we go. We start with basically a D, D, C, A, C. And I slide into it, I turn it into a third interval of D and F sharp, and then I slide into it from the C sharp, so like this. Options are to just slide in from the C sharp, or to slide in from the D sharp, or to do this, sort of what I call a tweet, but two pickup notes really fast. You do that 4 times. Then it's just a chromatic climb, D, D sharp, E. And I use the fingering, middle finger, ring finger, thumb, and then it's up to A, G, E. And then just striking the A, C up here twice. So again, that part is climb up, and then just descending really down the scale, down the blues scale in the key of A, and then up here twice on that third interval. Then it's sort of repeating the same pattern we just did. We climb up chromatically, G, G sharp, A, and this time I use thumb, pointer, thumb, and then we come down 3 notes. It's D, C, A. Then it's a fun part where you actually go up the blues scale and then down the blues scale starting in the middle. And I use my middle finger as a pivot point. So I go from the E flat down to the E, and then it's up to G, and then it's back to the E flat, down to the D, C, A. So again, that part is. And then really you're just going to climb back up the C and the D, or you can think of them as pickup notes to the next section. The next section is those quick runs. And again, there's options here, but you can try just these 3 notes, the E flat D C, and try that about 10 times. I like to add in an E, like that, just a quick little roll. And you could also do E flat D C A, like that. And then you transition to, this was used a lot in Call Me the Breeze, which I did another tutorial on. And if you're doing E flat, E, G, that's fine too. So you could do it like that, or different fingering. You do that 5 or 6 times, and then you do the glissando. And I just go A, and then I go up to the 2 octaves up, and then back down. And that's pretty fast. And then there's a fun little part, and I have a trick for it, where you hit the A, the B flat B, and that almost becomes almost like one sound. And then up to the E. And then it's this little pattern that he also used in Call Me the Breeze, which is B flat, A, G, G sharp. And then you end up on the E. Now the rhythm's a little tricky here. So here's the trick that I use. I say, I know you just a little bit, because that fits with the name of the song. You could also say, I love you just a little bit. So it's like this. I love you just a little bit. And then it is on to the fun descending 6th intervals. So go to the F, and then you're going to do this F sharp, D, F sharp. And it's either, or it might be 4 of them. But either way, it's, and then this interval twice, the E and the C. And then I switch fingering, go to my ring finger for the D and the B. And then I switch to my middle finger for the A, and it's C and A. So that part is. And then you finish with your octaves on the bottom. And I know you can't see this, but I'm just doing a G octave down there, and then a regular G octave up here. And I just go like this. So again, it's left hand, right hand together, then G sharp. And then 2 more all together. And that is it.